Good morning to our viewers in Ireland and good afternoon to those connecting from India. Today under India-Ireland Friendship Lecture Series to talk on new education policy of India, emerging opportunities for India-Ireland partnership in higher and technical education. We have with us Professor M. Jagadesh Kumar, the Honorable Chairman of University Grants Commission. The UGC is a statutory organization of the Government of India formed by an act in 1956 for coordination, determination and maintenance of the standards of teaching, examination and research in university education in India. Professor Kumar did his master's and PhD from IIT Madras and postdoctoral research from University of Waterloo, Canada. Amongst the various high-profile posts that he held are Vice Chancellor of GNU and NXP Chair established at IIT Delhi by Philips Semiconductors, Netherlands. He has published extensively in his area of research and is on editorial board of several international journals, including IEEE and IETE. He is also fellow of the Indian National Academy of Engineers and the Institution of Electronics. His valuable contributions in the academics were acknowledged by many awards. To name a few, he is a recipient of 2008 IBM Faculty Award, 2013 Award for Excellence in Teaching from IIT Delhi, and 2019 IETE Ramlal Vadva Gold Medal for distinguished contribution in the field of semiconductor device design and modeling. Professor Kumar still teaches at IIT Delhi. Before I invite him to deliver the lecture and enlighten us on the topic, I would request His Excellency the Ambassador of India to kindly say a few words on this occasion.
Namaskar, my warm greetings to all friends in India and Ireland. It is a great privilege for me to welcome someone as distinguished as Professor Jagadesh Kumarji. I have had great privilege of interacting with him while I was Director General of ICCR. And as someone who is interested in higher education, I cannot but express my very sincere gratitude to you, Professor Jagadesh Kumarji, and very deep appreciation for what you are doing as chairman of not only UGC, but also All India Council for Technical Education. I feel so inspired by the unprecedented energy, the dynamism, the sense of direction and national purpose, national mission that you have imparted to both UGC and AICTE. My sincere gratitude to you and a very profound gratitude to you for sparing time. I know how busy you are, but I really appreciate it. And Dr. Kumarji, this lecture of yours is very special to us because of, I think, three reasons. First of all, you have brought the new education policy of 2020 into life. A lot of ideas were announced in the NEP 2020, but it's your leadership which has brought out very clear modalities for partnership, and a very concrete action plan has been announced. I see this is a very important occasion for us to talk about this issue. Secondly, this is a very historic milestone for both India and Ireland. We are celebrating 75 years of India's independence, and Ireland is marking 100 years of its independence. Thirdly, among the multi-dimensional relations and friendship ties that we enjoy between India and Ireland, education is the most important and most dynamic, most robustly growing facet of our bilateral partnership. We have now around 6,000 Indian students coming annually to Irish universities. India has become the largest source of international students in Ireland, besides the United States. And also, Indian students are mostly in master's and PhD programs. They are in technical fields, and they are also feeding the creativity into the ecosystem of Ireland. We have around 60 to 70,000 strong Indian community, and I see in last 1 year itself, a new trend that Indian students are not only job seekers, but also they are job creators, and they are joining the startup ecosystem in Ireland. About the Irish education, I wish to very quickly flag a few points. First of all, as you know, Ireland has become the second richest country in per capita income in entire Europe. Ireland has also become the fastest growing economy in the European Union. And its rapid transformation has been catalyzed by and is founded by its very high quality education. Ireland has about 250,000 strong university enrollment capacity. But the most significant is that all of Irish universities are in the top 3% of world's top universities. And in many research areas, they are occupying top 100% among global universities. The third aspect of Irish education, which I wish to flag, is that it has been extremely successful in attracting international students. Out of 250,000 university students, about 30 to 33,000 students are international students, account for 12% of student community. Whereas in India, you know, we have about 1,000 universities, but we have only about 50 to 60,000 international students. The fourth component which really attracts to me is that Irish universities have sustained and created a very vibrant startup and innovation ecosystem. I'm very happy to share with you, Professor Jagadesh, that Ireland, with a population of just 5 million people, it has 25,000 startups and 6 unicorns. And the most striking feature is that Ireland's success rate in the startup segment is 16 to 17%, whereas the European average is 6 to 7%, and success rate of Indian startups is about 1 to 2%. So this is one niche area I really wish to explore areas of engagement. With regard to opportunities, as I see as a newcomer in Ireland, there are 4 points I wish to flag for your consideration. First of all, there is opportunity for us to go beyond student recruitment and look for institutional partnership. And in the institutional partnership, I see potential in 4 thematic clusters. One is technology, business management. This is already going on. There are ideas being explored. But the most important element is innovation, entrepreneurship, and startup. And this is one very important area in which universities in India and universities in Ireland can be robust partners. And not only the technology part, but also the creative industries and cultural industries. Again, this is a very, very significant area. I see opportunities for collaboration. Your interest is in education itself. The education methodology and pedagogy and teachers training, again, Ireland is very, very dynamic and visionary. I think we will be very grateful if you could consider spending time and making a short visit to Ireland. That would be really nice. And second specific request is that as we are engaging Indian universities and also Irish universities, if under your leadership you can designate some nodal point, some single window where all such expressions of interest could be junctioned, and it can act as like connecting point for universities in Ireland and India, that will be a great contribution. With these words, once again, I express my profound gratitude to you for accepting our invitation, and we are looking forward to your presentation, and we will very widely disseminate your presentation in Ireland. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. His Excellency Akhilesh Mishra ji and my colleague from the embassy there, Hema ji, and all the academicians, students from Ireland, and those who are watching this program, my greetings to all of you. First of all, I would like to thank Akhilesh Mishra ji for giving me this opportunity to speak to you on a very interesting topic that Akhilesh Mishra ji has suggested, new education policy of India, and also the emerging opportunities for India-Ireland partnership in higher and technical education. This is a subject which is very close to my heart. What I will do is I'll first speak about some of the reforms that we are bringing in higher education in India. And then I will focus on how India and Ireland can collaborate in higher education. Just yesterday, India began its journey of G20 presidency. And the first thing we did was to have a University Connect program. The Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, said that the students, the youth of India, are the builders of future India, and the G20 presidency should be started by connecting with them. So yesterday, our Foreign Affairs Minister, Dr. Jaishankar, was present, and we connected to about 75 universities across the country to discuss about the importance of G20 presidency that India has assumed in these turbulent times, and how India can play a role in bringing peace and in building a conflict-free world because of the strength that India has, not just only in the recent past, but because of its civilizational and cultural strengths that India has built over a period of thousands of years. And also, India has become an emerging economy now in the world. It is the 5th largest economy in the world. And in many aspects, India is progressing very rapidly, focusing on inclusive development. We believe that every Indian, irrespective of whether they live in a city or in a rural area, they should have access to opportunities. And towards that objective, India has been focusing on building better infrastructure, providing better communication facilities to all Indians, building better health infrastructure. And we have seen recently how India stood up to the challenge of the corona pandemic. Nearly 800 million Indians were provided food grains during this pandemic time. And the way India also developed the vaccines that were required, and more than that, the technology backbone that is used to carry out the vaccination of Indians across India. So hundreds of millions of Indians were vaccinated. And after vaccination, because of the technology backbone that we have developed, one could get a COVID vaccination certificate, within few minutes online. So there are a lot of revolutions that are taking place in science, technology, innovations, and also in entrepreneurship. Today, India stands third in the world in terms of the entrepreneurship ecosystem. Thousands and thousands of our young people, they would like to become job creators rather than job seekers. And many unicorns are born in India, and young people are now looking at setting up startup companies in different emerging areas. It could be drone technology, it could be artificial intelligence, and India is also encouraging private participation. In addition to government doing many things, just to give you an example, the space applications, the space technology that India has developed in terms of the launching facilities and the monitoring facilities for the satellites in space, now all those facilities will be available to the young entrepreneurs in India, because data collection is going to be data collection, data storage, and better communication systems are going to be very, very important for the future of India. And India, because of its population and because of the amount of data that we generate in India, it is going to be a gold field for us to collect this data, analyze this data, and use it for the betterment of the society. So many interesting things are happening in India. It is in this backdrop that India also looked at the importance of education, how educating our students in order to make them creative and innovative will change the lives of Indians across the country, both socially, economically, and culturally. And that's the reason why 2 years ago, we took up this exercise of designing the national education policy. But before I come to the national education policy, yesterday, when we began our journey of G20, when I was in that program, I was telling the audience, the younger audience who were there, that if you look around the world, there are 3 major challenges that we are facing. And one challenge is the increasing inequalities. And the second major challenge that we are facing is the failing economic systems, which in turn leads to unemployment and poverty and so on. And the third most important challenge that we have is the deteriorating environment. And all these 3 are interlinked. And if you want to find solutions to these challenges, then we have to look at our youth. Now, being an academician myself, and I'm sure in the audience who are watching this program, several of you could be academicians. And if you have observed our young people in our colleges and universities over a period of time, you might have observed among these young people some unique qualities. What are these qualities? Young people, they want to become good learners. They want to become creative and innovative. They want to become problem solvers and solution providers. They want to critically think and question the status quo. And they also want to take risks. And whenever you take risks, obviously there are going to be failures, and they want to learn from these failures and move forward. They want to be part of teams. They want to lead the teams. And most of all, they want to become good human beings. These are the unique characteristics that you see among the youth. And these are their aspirations. Now, on one side, we have these major global challenges. And on the other side, you have these young people with aspirations. Now, how can we find solutions to these global challenges if we do not meet the aspirations of our young people? And that is where, in that backdrop, the National Education Policy, a great vision document that India has adopted to implement in the coming years. The idea behind the National Education Policy is to meet the aspirations of our young people by making our education more flexible and by giving more choices and freedom to our students. For too long, not just only in India, but if you look around the educational institutions across the globe, the higher educational systems have become too rigid. They do not really look at the differences in the cognitive abilities of the students, the financial potential of the students, the needs of the students, and the aspirations of the students. time has come now to bring in the flexibility and the freedom that our students need in order to realize their aspirations. So in the national education policy, therefore, considering the diversity that India has one of the largest educational systems in the world. If you look at the number of students between the ages of 15 and 25, we have nearly 300 million students. And our higher educational sector, it consists of about 1,050 universities funded by the central government, state government, and we also have private universities. So various kinds of universities are there. And we also have about 45,000 colleges across India. And in these colleges and universities, we have close to about 40 million students. And looking at the aspirations of our young people, these numbers are going to double and triple in the coming 5 years, 10 years. So therefore, unless the educational system in India is strengthened, and unless opportunities are provided for these students to gain new knowledge, to gain new skills, it will be very, very difficult for us to technologically, scientifically evolve and find solutions to some of the major challenges that we have as a country. And because India is home to nearly 20% of population in the world, when we find solutions to some of the pressing challenges that we have, that can also become a template to many countries across the world. The way, for example, India has supplied the vaccines, COVID vaccines, to more than 60, 70 countries. And also, India, for a long time, has stood as a country of peace, of taking everybody together along. So today, India's voice is respected across the world. And that's the reason why what we do in India, it has implications for the rest of the world. So education also is one area which can have a significant impact on the rest of the world, because there are large number of diaspora across the globe, and they have very nicely integrated with the local countries, and they contribute to the economic growth of the respective countries wherever they are there. And a large number of students from India also go to study in various countries. I was told that in Ireland too, we have a large number of Indian students who study. So India is very closely connected to the rest of the world. And we want to build on these relations so that we can work together, we can collaborate together in various areas of interest, with the ultimate goal of building better human societies, happier societies who live cooperating with each other. So now coming back to the national education policy and why it is important for us as a country, nearly 60% of our colleges are located in the rural setup. Similarly, about 45% of our universities are located in the rural setup. So therefore, when we design this national education policy, we have kept 5 points in our mind. Our education should have greater access, equity, and our education should be of highest quality, and it should be affordable. and it should prepare our students, it should make our students future ready. So these are some of the pillars on which we have built the national education policy. Now, there are various things that we want to do while we are implementing the national education policy, but I will highlight a few points that we have recently implemented, and we are in the process of implementing some of these things. One of the things that we are emphasizing in our national education policy is multidisciplinary education and holistic education. Because today, it is well recognized that if you want to find solutions to the challenges that humanity is facing, we should come out of these disciplinary boundaries within which we are confining our students. And students should have multidisciplinary knowledge. And also the education has to be holistic. When I say the education has to be holistic, for too long, our education has become teacher-centric, whereas the role of the teacher should be only mentoring the students. You know, if I can take you back to a shloka from Mahabharata, this shloka says, and it also says what is the meaning of holistic education. And it is very close to the modern context of holistic education. So this shloka from Mahabharata says, 1/4 of the education to the student comes from the teacher, and 1/4 of education comes from the critical thinking and the self-effort put by the student, and 1/4 of the education comes from the peers by working together in teams with people of similar age. So the peer learning is also very, very important. And the other 1/4 comes from experience, through experiential learning. And this is what we say in the modern context also. Holistic education means the teacher has to be a mentor, and the students should be encouraged to develop critical thinking and question the status quo, question the authority. The authority could be a book. The authority could be a well-known theorem, for example. Unless you question, we cannot be creative and innovative. So many of these elements are something that we are planning to introduce in our educational system. And whenever we implement the national education policy, UGC, the University Grants Commission, being a regulatory body, it comes out with guidelines, it comes out with regulations. And as part of encouraging our universities to develop this multidisciplinary approach towards education, recently what we have done is we have said that students can take up to 40% of their credit requirements in their program through online means. In India, we are encouraging this digital technology to be part of our higher educational systems. And we have thousands of these courses already available in a platform called SWAYAM. And this SWAYAM is managed by Indian Institute of Technology, Madras. And more than 3 million or 4 million students, they take these courses as part of their education. So this gives them wider opportunity, even if they do not have enough number of courses within their own university in order to become multidisciplinary, they can take these courses on this SWAYAM platform. And we are also encouraging our universities to start online degree programs. And we have already given these approvals to several universities. And recently, we have come up with a regulation which enables the students to do 2 degrees simultaneously. It could be an undergraduate degree or a master's degree, barring, of course, PhD. In these degrees, the students can do simultaneously 2 degrees. And we believe that this will encourage the students to take up multidisciplinary studies. just to give you an example, let's say there is a student who is doing BSc Physics, and he is interested in economics. So the student can do BA Economics. Now, today, we have a very interesting interdisciplinary area called econophysics. In econophysics, we use the models of physics in economics to solve the problems of economics. So we need to encourage these kind of multidisciplinary studies, and that's the reason why we have come up with this kind of regulation. So multidisciplinarity and holistic education is going to be one of the major thrust areas in our higher educational institutions. And then the research and innovation in our universities. We have two kinds of institutions in India. One kind of institutions, they are centrally funded, such as the Indian Institutes of Technology and the National Institute of Technology and ISERs, which are the science education and research institutions. These are funded by our central government. And we also have among the more than 1,000 universities that we have, a part of these universities are funded by the central government. And many of these universities do outstanding research. And we have in India what is known as the National Institutional Ranking Framework. And we use this NIRF framework to see which are the best institutions which are doing well in terms of the research and innovation, and we rank them. We, of course, have the global rankings also. The world rankings are there, but the world rankings have parameters which may not be directly relevant to our Indian institutions. So although some of our institutions find their place in the world rankings, we use our Indian ranking system to identify some of the best universities, best institutions in India. So in order to encourage better research and innovation in our country, we are going to form what is known as a national research foundation. And this is going to come as one of the reforms that we are bringing. In India, we have multiple regulators, and these regulators are going to be brought together under one umbrella, and this is going to be called the Higher Education Commission of India. And under this Higher Education Commission of India, you will have 4 verticals. And the first vertical is the regulatory framework, which will take care of the higher education in different disciplines. And the second vertical will fund the educational institutions to promote research and innovation. And then we have another vertical which will work on the assessment and accreditation of our institutions. If you want to improve the quality of education, somebody has to tell them, these are the global standards and this is where you stand, and you need to improve in certain areas in order to cross over these global standards that we have set for ourselves. So the third vertical is going to be the assessment and accreditation. And the fourth vertical in this Higher Education Commission of India is going to be a professional standard setting vertical. So there are many things that are being done to improve the collaboration between the Indian institutions to strengthen the research activities in our universities. And then the governance systems, the capacity building of teachers also is one of the primary areas for us, because if you take the entire educational system in India, we have close to about 110 million teachers. So it's a huge number. But in the higher educational institution, we have close to about 1.5 million teachers. And in order to implement the national education policy, we also need to prepare our teachers to meet the aspirations of our students. So therefore, we are coming up with a mission to train our students, not just only in the pedagogical approaches, but also to make them more tech savvy, because in future, while the teachers will become consumers of the digital content that is being prepared, the teachers have to simultaneously become digital content creators. So in order to prepare them, therefore, we are working on various training programs for our students. So these are the three immediate major things that we are doing. But in addition to this, as I said, in order to improve the quality of education in our institutions, we have to assess and accredit our higher educational institutions. So currently we have the National Assessment and Accreditation Council, which does this job. But once the HECI comes, we are going to give this national accreditation and assessment capabilities even to the state governments across the country. India is a huge country with a lot of diversity and large number of educational institutions. Therefore, we believe that we need to strengthen the state governments also to set up their own assessment and accreditation councils. They will, of course, follow the guidelines issued by the Higher Education Commission of India, but they themselves will assess and accredit these institutions to encourage them to improve the quality of education, to improve the pedagogical approaches that they will adopt as part of the implementation of the national education policy. And friends, as I said, our students are geographically distributed across India. Many of them, they come from the rural background. And because the admission process in India is highly competitive, the students are selected through a process of elimination rather than selection process. So in the process, what happens is, if I imagine our student body in India as a pyramid, on the top of the pyramid, we have a small percentage of students who have all financial means to join anywhere in the on the globe in the best of the institutions. But that's a very small percentage of students. And then we have another small percentage of students. They can crack the toughest examinations and get into some of the best institutions such as the IITs. But if you leave aside that small percentage of students, the bottom of the pyramid, that is where our entire student community is there, and they're aspirational and they're highly, they're talented. And it is these students whom we need to tap, and we need to provide the opportunities for them to become skillful, creative, and innovative. And that's the reason why providing better access at an affordable cost becomes our important focus area in India. But if you continue to build the universities at the pace that we can do what is physically possible, we will not be able to meet the aspirations of all the students. And that's the reason why, as part of the implementation of the national education policy, we are putting a lot of emphasis on bringing technology into higher education. So in this, we are doing two things. One, we are coming up with regulations which will enable some of the best universities to start online degree programs at undergraduate level, at the postgraduate level. And we are also parallelly working on building a national digital university. And this national digital university will function as a hub and spoke. The hub will have a small technical team and administrative team, but the spokes will feed the digital content to this national university. And these spokes could be some of the well-known institutions such as IITs, central universities such as DU, Delhi University, Jawaharlal Nehru University. Banaras Hindu University, and there are many such good universities which are globally well known. They will all become part of this as a spokes in the National Digital University. And this digital university will offer skill-based courses with a lot of flexibility. And when I say flexibility, in the physical education, as we are introducing the national education policy, we have introduced the multi-entry, multi-exit scheme. In the current educational system, if the student has to drop out at the end of second year of their bachelor's degree, that becomes almost the end of their studies. They do not have the opportunities to come back and continue. So we have introduced this multi-entry and multi-exit scheme in the physical education. And also, because there is a lot of diversity for enabling the student mobility from one place to other place within India, from one educational institute to other educational institute, and also to move from one discipline to other discipline. We have come up with what is known as the National Credit Framework. And this National Credit Framework has three verticals. The first vertical is the school education framework, and the second vertical is the National Higher Educational Framework, including the technical education. And the third vertical is the vocational and skill education. And we have defined at every level as the students move from the school education to higher education, or if they want to move from skill education to higher education, vice versa, we have defined the levels from 0 to level 8. 0 to 4 is the school education, and the student will enter in the college at level 4.5, and then they can progress continuously up to level 8 to complete their PhD program. And this progression from one level to the other level, we have designed based on the learning outcomes. At every level, what is that the student is expected to learn in order to move from one level to the other level. So this kind of flexibility and the learning outcomes that we have defined in the physical education will also be applicable in the digital education, so that students can adopt multidisciplinary education. They can focus on skill education. They can focus on topics that interest them. So therefore, digital empowerment is another focus area for us, which will in turn provide greater access, bring equity, because the students can study at their own pace, and then it will also make affordable. The education will be made affordable to the students. And another very interesting thing that is happening in the industry, especially in the emerging areas, is that a recent report says that nearly 60% of the hirings, they are based on not the degrees that the students obtain, but the skills that the students have. So therefore, our National Digital University will also provide opportunity to the students. If they don't want to register for any degree, they can actually register for individual courses and accumulate these courses. In order to accumulate these courses, now we have created a system known as the Academic Bank of Credit system. The students can keep on accumulating these credits in a particular area. Let's say I'm interested in machine learning. I keep accumulating these credits. And if an industry is interested in providing me a job based on the skills that I have acquired by acquiring these credits, I will get a job. And industries are now open to offering job opportunities to the students based on the credits that they have earned. But over a period of time, while the student is on the job, as in an asynchronous manner, if they acquire additional credits, then they can actually get a degree. So this kind of the flexibility and freedom is what we are going to provide to the students. Now, I will now come to the last point. As part of the national education policy, we are very seriously focusing on internationalization of education. Just as our students go elsewhere and they learn about the culture there, they gain from the best educational opportunities that are available to them. And they will also build lifelong friendships with the people with whom they work in those respective countries. So through this internationalization process, we want an opportunity for our students to access high quality international education while they are in India. There will always be a cross-section of students who will go abroad to access this study. But then not everybody has this financial means to send a kid for a 4 years study or a couple of years of study abroad. So to provide better opportunity to them, what we have done is we have introduced a regulation for offering Finning, joint and dual degree programs. So this is a win-win situation both for the foreign universities and also for our students for the following reasons. Now, there are many families in the country, they may afford to send their kid for a semester or two, but not for the entire 4 years degree program. If we implement this twinning joint dual degree program using the regulatory framework that we have created, there will be opportunity for large number of students who can be part of this internationalization. And many of our students will be coming to the universities in a country which have these educational facilities. And I noticed that Ireland has about 6 universities which are eligible as per our regulations. These regulations are very simple regulations. The eligible universities in India, we have about 230 eligible universities. How does this eligibility come? Well, one of our bottom lines also is to maintain quality of education. So we don't want every university from India or any university from abroad to collaborate. So therefore, we have put certain benchmarks. For example, if a foreign university is within the overall world rankings, within 1,000 in the world rankings, they become eligible to sign an MOU with an Indian university. And similarly, we have put our Indian institutional ranking framework parameters and also the global ranking framework. So out of 1,050 universities that we have, nearly 230 universities are eligible for this twinning, joint and dual degree programs. So UGC, although it's a regulatory body, we would like to be a facilitator, a catalyst for bringing the foreign universities and Indian universities to come together and start some of these programs. So this is one way of our universities to come together and collaborate together. The other regulation on which we are working is to encourage the foreign universities to come up and set up their campuses here. So with this, what will happen is when our Indian students go abroad, they had to bear two kinds of expenditure. One, of course, the tuition fee. The other one is the living costs. But if the foreign university comes here and sets up their campus, for Indian students, at least the living cost will be less. And obviously, the tuition fees, when the foreign university comes here, they will design the tuition fees in such a way that it is compatible with the country in which the campuses are set up. So therefore, overall, we believe that setting up campuses here in India and collaborating with our Indian universities to start these twinning, joint and dual programs is the best way for us, for our universities in India, for the universities in Ireland to work together. Because this will work as a seed. And once our students and the faculty from Ireland, and also when you set up a campus here, it's not that you can admit only Indian students. You can admit any international student in our campuses that you set up in our country. So this will bring a lot of synergy among the students who are working in these institutions. It will bring a global awareness, the collective challenges that we are all facing and how we need to work together to find solutions. So I believe that Ireland and India, and with an ambassador and like Akhilesh Mishra ji guiding us in this endeavor, we have a great opportunity here to work together and to collaborate with each other. And it doesn't have to remain within the confine of awarding degrees and providing only the lecture-based courses. We can go beyond that and also have research collaborations. We can look at the possibility of setting up startup companies, looking at the entrepreneurship opportunities together. So there are many, many things that all of us in Ireland, the universities that we have identified in Ireland and the Indian universities, we can work together. So I'm quite excited about this opportunity to talk to you through this medium. And I would like to thank Akhilesh Mishra ji for providing me this opportunity to share some of my thoughts with you. In UGC, we have a bureau which looks after the international relations. It is headed by Dr. Archana Thakur. And if any doubts are there, or if you want to contact UGC, you can always contact Dr. Archana Thakur. And I would like to assure you on behalf of UGC that we are open-minded and we want to be facilitator for these collaborations that will happen between Ireland and India. So I would like to stop here.
Professor Jagadesh, it was such a mesmerizing presentation, and I learned with great attention. It was so informative and also so inspiring. I'm aware of like energy and vision and determination that you are putting into implementing the national education policy and Honorable Prime Minister's vision. It would be a great honor for us to contribute in any manner to your efforts and work together. Particularly the vision of the one single higher education commission is truly transformational for India. And the vision of a national digital industry with inbuilt flexibilities and a hub and spoke model, I think that will also be so beneficial for India's youth. To begin with, I think in the next step, I'll come back to you, write to you separately about holding one India-Ireland higher education, technical education roundtable. It could be virtual as per your guidance, or in case you or someone from UGC or AICTE wishes to visit Ireland, I think that could be a great opportunity. But it'd be really nice in the context of the ideas that you have mentioned to us, to have a conversation between India and Ireland. Ireland people are extremely friendly, universities are extremely positive, and I'm in touch with all of the major universities and the presidents. They are extremely generous, extremely positively inclined towards India. And I was really looking for some modal point in India to anchor. And with your assurance, I'm very deeply encouraged and inspired.
Right. Thank you, Akhilesh ji. What we can perhaps do is, including these 6 universities and maybe some more additional universities,
yes,
you could invite from Ireland side for an online discussion. And from India side, we can identify some of the best universities and call the heads of those institutions and let there be a dialogue and discussion between the heads of these institutions. And you and me, we can work with them and make sure that some of these discussions are translated into action.
Yes.
The first level, of course, is mutually understanding each other, trying to identify what are our strengths and what are our common goals. But the next step should be to realize that into action. I'm sure working with you, we can do that. We can also set a timeline, maybe in next 6 months, if we can go through some of these consultative processes, and by the end of 6 months, we can actually realize them in terms of signing up MOUs and the actual action being rolled out.
Also, I had listened to your earlier very fascinating presentation on the internationalization model, particularly the twinning and joint and dual degree. And
right.
I think it would be really nice if we can flesh it out. In terms of international partnership, actually we need a kind of more robust, actionable plan. In terms of like if twinning is to be done, then are Indian universities prepared to go like financial details and the exact modalities? I think when we have that meeting, India, Ireland, then I think we'll have to go into that step also, like in terms of for joint programs or twinning programs or dual degree programs, what will be the financial modalities? Because for Irish universities or international global universities, recruiting Indian students is a big business opportunity. And I can sense that they have hesitation in setting up campus in India or even getting into joint programs because there's some concern about the loss on business opportunity. We have to find a sustainable business model in which both sides feel that there's a positive interest and positive benefit for both sides.
Absolutely, I agree with you. In fact, we have made our regulations so simple that it is between the two institutions to work out the model in terms of the academic model, in terms of the tuition fee structure and so on. And then these two institutions will sign an MOU. UGC doesn't come into picture at all.
Yes.
So therefore, so from university to university, things may change. And they can sit across the table and evolve a model so that the students, depending on their financial capability, they can go for a semester or two, or they can take even longer than. If you read the regulations, you will find that if the students take only up to 30% of the required credits, then we call that twinning. So they can take just 10 credits or 20 credits. Or up to 30% of their program credits, if they take, we call it twinning. But if they want to take more number of credits, which requires, let's say, a stay of 2 years there in a foreign university, then both the universities can decide whether they want to give a joint degree or a dual degree. So it's absolutely between the institutions, and UGC will not come into picture at all. So many of these details can be worked out once I think these heads of institutions come together face to face and discuss many of these points.
Once again, our very sincere gratitude to Professor Jagadesh ji. It has been a memorable presentation from your side, and we are all very excited. And I'll get back to you very soon about the action points that follow up.
And best wishes to all of you in Ireland. Namaste.
Congratulations, Shivaji.